My husband's work wife turned out to be a teenager, and I didn't understand why he didn't see why I was upset. I've been married to my husband for over 10 years. We have a normal, healthy relationship, no cheating, no hiding phones, nothing. He's a chef for an organization and usually works 12 to 8. He often tells me about people at work I don't know, and I've learned about them through his stories. One of these people, Sarah, is a young woman starting her culinary career. My husband took her under his wing, which I thought was great. She would text him outside of work about casual things, our daughter, our cat, even her baking. I jokingly referred to her as his work wife a few times because he mentioned her a lot, but I never suspected anything inappropriate. Recently, his last day at that job coincided with the Christmas party. I went with him, and I met Sarah. She was sweet, clearly knew I was his wife, and talked about her baking. Then she said she cried that day because he wouldn't be there anymore and she couldn't work with the other crazies without him. I found out she's 16. I was shocked. I confronted my husband on the way home. He knew her age but didn't think it was important to mention. He seemed hurt when I said it was inappropriate. I explained that it wasn't about sexual intent, it was about boundaries and appearances. I asked him how he'd feel if our daughter were texting a 40-plus-year-old male boss for friendship at 16. He said it would be fine as long as it wasn't sexual. I told him he needed to end contact with Sarah, and he got defensive, though he deleted her contact and removed her from Facebook. After reading comments and reflecting, we had a long conversation. I apologized for assuming the worst and overreacting. I acknowledged that calling her his work wife wasn't helpful. My husband explained he assumed I knew she was still in high school and didn't think he needed to clarify. He also said he had no interest in mentoring outside of work but felt protective of her because of her difficult family situation. He wanted her to have stable adults to rely on, someone like him and our daughter if needed. We realized we were both wrong, me for assuming she was an adult and projecting past experiences onto the situation, him for assuming I knew her age. He agreed to include another adult in future communications to avoid misunderstandings. I apologized for jumping to conclusions and worrying about appearances instead of intent. We're both on the same page now, and everything is fine.